So now our group will be presenting the Dialogue Cafe. We have been observed the Dialogue Cafe at the MUIC new building, and we are collecting the information and now propose the improvement plan for the Dialogue Cafe. So let's get started. So here is our agenda. We're going to talking about the background information, and next the demand and forecast. The next one is the statistical process and control. The next one is capacity planning, which include the decision tree.
So moving on to the background information. Dioro is one of the two major coffee vendors at the new building of the MUIC. The shop normally orders 3 times a week on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And even though it has just operated for a few years, it seems to be quite successful in terms of the demand that there is a lot of the customers going to the shop to purchase their daily beverages and ready meal. However, our group observed that the store is obviously facing with the operational problems that not only occur during the peak hours, but also happen occasionally due to the slow process on both ordering and processing. And as a result, each customer has to wait for such a long period of time to get their products. And once the customer gets their product late, it will affect the following customer to wait for much longer, owing to that accumulations of the previous delayed orders. And after we interview one of the employees of the shop, we come up with these top 3 menus: Dioro coffee, Belgian chocolates, and sandwich ham cheese, that our group will focus on their total processing time needed for each customer to wait for their products. So we decided to collect the data by counting the numbers of the customers, numbers of employees operating at that time, and also selecting 4 samples of each selected menu to watch on the total time needed for each customer to get their products. We will collect the data for 1 week, Monday to Friday, and each day we will choose 4 samples from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., and from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Then we will use the customer survey spreading out through the line applications to collect the data about the overall customer satisfaction. So at the end, we will get the data in total of 60 points of time. So one of the interesting key findings is that peaking hours are not restricted into just some period of time. In other words, the demand is quite seasonal, that during the 10 minutes before and after the class, and also during the break time on each period of time that we collect the data, no matter what it is in the morning, at noon, or in the evening, the number of the customer will increase dramatically in just that period of time in the shop, and it will remain stable to be just a few for the rest of an hour. As a result, our group come up with these demand forecasting, statistical process control, capacity planning, and also the decision tree to analyzing the main cause of the problem to find a way out for the shop and the operating store to improve their service quality to be more favorable and to much more satisfied to the customer.
In demand forecasting part, we focus on the number of the overall customer who visit the shop during the observation period, that is 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Monday to Friday. So the total data point that we obtain is 30. We apply the seasonal component so that we are able to see the pattern of demand in those hours. Additionally, we use the collected data to create the number of the overall customer forecasting. The analysis derived from the 2 forecasting methods, including exponential smoothing and wedge moving average. Moreover, in order to check the accuracy of each method and compare which one is the most suitable to predict the number of the visitors, we will looking at MAD, MSE, and MAPE and tracking signal to define the error level and how well the forecasting method works. To begin with the pattern of number of customers, we apply seasonal component with the data by grouping the same hours of each day together and find the index to define the demand for that hours in that day for forecasting. As you can see from the graph, we applying the index with the data. It will make us see the pattern of the number of people who visit the oral killers.
Wage moving average. We use a 3-period wage moving average model to forecast the number of customer arrival for the next Monday, which use the wage of 3, 2, and 1. The most recent price points are usually given more weight. In this case, number of customers for the past 3 periods have been 30, 55, and 57. So, since there are 3 periods, the most recent price period, which is 57, will get a wage of 3. The second most recent time period, which is 55, will get a wage of 2. And the third most recent period, which is 30, will get a wage of 1. So forecast for the next Monday is 51.83. When compare the error from these two methods, WMA is better predicted method, as can be seen from MAD, MSE, and MAPE. MAD gives lower average of deviation that this method makes for predicting the number of customers for the next Monday. Also in MSE, the mean of the error value is at 278.538, which is lower than MSE of exponential smoothing, and the percentage of the error is shown at 43.08%, which is so much different from the another method. Moreover, we also use tracking signal to measure how well the forecast is predicting actual value, and we use this to check the efficiency of exponential smoothing method. The size of tracking signal for each period of collecting data time should not be bigger than 3. And after calculating, the highest value we got is 1. So the forecast demand of exponential smoothing is work well.
Another set of tools that we use is the combination of sampling and control chart, which we call statistical process control method. In this method, we tend to measure the efficiency in the process of how they manage in Dioro Cafe. So we have been observed at Dioro for 5 days, which is from Monday to Friday, and the observations start from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We decided to collect 3 popular menus from Dioro, which are signature Dioro coffee, chocolate Belgians, and ham cheese sandwich. Furthermore, we are focusing on the X bar, which is the average of the mean ordering and processing time in each period, and R bar, which is the average of range in data, in order to result in a waiting that if the waiting time is acceptable for both peak time and low time. In ordering and processing time of Dioro coffee, we collect into 3 periods of time, which divide into 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and second from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. and last one is from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Moreover, the peak time of signature Dioro coffee is likely to be in the morning and in the late afternoon, which are 10 to 12 and 2 to 4. As a result from both X chart and R chart, both results are in control, which is not exceeding the upper control limit. Despite some fluctuation that might happen during switch class period, which is around 10 minutes before changing class, the result seems to be acceptable to wait for a cup of coffee, which range from 2 to 4 minutes.
Here is the record data of estimated 4 hours a week of the ordering and process time for each cup of chocolate Belgium from Monday to Friday, starting from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
The mean weight for 3 periods per day for serving chocolate Belgium are shown in X bar row respectively from Monday to Friday. Before we come to the analysis, we have to inform that the peak hours is 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. during the observation. To demonstrate into chart form as the graph shown. Resulting data mean chart is not in control. It exceeds the upper limit control. It means that during this time the vendor has highest selling a day and range chart is in control. To analyze the exceeding of upper limit control in X bar chart, it is mainly come from many customers come to the shop at the same time as it is during the lunch break and 10 minutes before taking net class for many students. Therefore, we can say that overall process of vendor is acceptable in terms of result. Next one is the data of estimated 4 hours a week of ordering and process time for sandwich ham cheese from Monday to Friday starting from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. The mean weight for 3 periods per day for serving sandwich ham cheese are the following X bar row respectively from Monday to Friday. The peak hours is 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. and it out of stock on Friday, which X bar is 0 during the observation. To demonstrate into chart form of X bar and R bar chart, the results shown as the following. For the resulting data, both mean chart and range chart are in control. The small unit fluctuation is mainly come from the many customers come to the shop at the same time, as it is during the lunch break and 10 minutes before taking next class for many students. Moreover, it consumes more time because most of the consumers want their sandwiches to heat up. However, some consumers just grab and go. Despite these fluctuations, the average lines of both charts are still with upper limit control and lower limit control, which suggests that the overall process is still acceptable in terms of result.
Now we're moving to the capacity planning. Capacity planning is the process of determining the production capacity needed by an organization to meet changing demand for its products. In case of DORO, we initially research the fixed cost, variable cost, and revenue of each 3 menus that we projected with our DORO coffee, chocolate Belgium, and the ham cheese sandwich. The following table shows monthly fixed cost, monthly variable cost, and monthly revenue. So the total fixed cost is 87,000 baht. The total variable cost is 23,600 baht. And our total revenue is 75,610 baht. After analyzing the cost and revenue, we calculate the break-even points of how many of each products need to be sold in order to reach the break-even point. To calculate the break-even point, we use formula of break-even point equal to fixed cost divided by sale price per unit minus variable cost per unit. The following table shows the 3 menus: fixed cost per menu, percentage, variable cost per menu, prices, and the break-even points of each. So the DORO need to sell 58 DORO coffee, 67 chocolate Belgium, and 41 ham cheese sandwich in order to meet the break-even point.
After we did some research to observe the customer satisfaction, we found out that the 5 main complaints are: first, the price, which is too expensive; second, the poor quality of the products; third, the sweetness of the products is too sweet; fourth, the long waiting time; and fifth, the long queue. Since students have to go to class, they don't want to risk going to class late from buying at DORO. So we believe that by reducing the overall waiting time, it would bring more customers to DORO, which would help them get more profits. We found out that ordering time takes a long time because the customer have to type their own member number manually every time, which could take a long time, especially when there is a mistake and they have to type again. So we suggest that Deoro start investing on the member cards, as we estimate the fixed cost to increase 10,000 baht. If they can reduce the overall time, more people will come and the demand will increase. After we calculated, it appears that Deoro would get more profits because people will be more willing to go to Deoro. Therefore, Deoro should invest on the member cards since it will give them more profits in the long run.